Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're in game 4 here against Zoro, and yeah, we're doing pretty well. We're on a hot streak with the Luffy at this tournament right now. So 3-0 coming into match 4, and I'm feeling pretty strong. The Zoro matchup isn't super bad for the Luffy deck that I'm playing at the moment. It does have its complications, but all in all, not terrible. I think that realistically, I just want to continue clearing board and be aggressive, not giving him too many resources, but chipping away at life, one at a time per turn if possible. And I like the way that this deck was built around being able to deal with pretty much every matchup, more or less. But I definitely feel as though I lack the same aggression as Zoro does, but I can get pretty lucky and I can draw into those, Zoros and draw into those 5-drop Luffys and, have some aggression. And excuse me, guys, but my allergies right now are just kicking in like crazy. Just some of the seasonal allergies are nuts right now. So if I'm clearing my throat, I apologize, but it is what it is. And we do have turn 1 Nami coming down. We're gonna search through and take a look at the top 5. It looks as though we pick up 2 Radical Beams, a Zoro, and I think it was a 3-cost Luffy, the promo Luffy. Choose to take the Zoro though, trying to be a little bit aggressive and just have some of the rush cards to deal with his board if I need to. But it also gives me an opportunity of trying to, be the aggressor myself since I'm going first. But he puts down Nami and picks up guard point, and it looks as though we drew into a second Nami as well. Pretty sick top deck right there. But here goes the final Radical Beam. That's going to probably be bottom decked. It's not super useful in this matchup, but it is nice to have at the end of the game, so it is kind of a shame that we've already placed 3 at the bottom. But yeah, I'm basically just deciding between, do I want to have Zoro or Luffy? I already have one of each in hand right now, but he knows that I picked up the Zoro. So maybe, I think my thought process was just pick up the Luffy. That way, he knows I have one of each, but he won't know that I have a second Luffy as well. So that way I can try and be a little aggressive, and towards the end of the game when he might be a little afraid to take that life, I will go ahead and, drop down 5-drop Luffy again and feel pretty nice. But I do play Usopp here. I play Usopp knowing that he has the guard point. And, just to potentially see some value out of that if he tries to protect life or if he tries to protect Nami. And also Usopp is just nice for me to put down, in my opinion, because I do get the opportunity of having some board removal. So like next turn if he swings with Magra and, I have my Nami gets taken out by his Nico Robin, I at least have something on the board that's able to take care of it. And I think at the moment I didn't have any other like low cost cards that would just be able to be a swing. But yeah, I'm gonna lower down Nico Robin here and play Vista. We'll KO Nico Robin, and we built a pretty solid board so far, but definitely a slight misplay on my part. Not a huge deal, but probably should have just swung for 5 or 6 first, just because he 100% would take it. If he didn't, he's crazy. And we also just could have got some value potentially out of some counter in his hand, which would have been nice. But we choose to go 7 anyways. I feel like it's not a terrible play though. I'm trying to be aggressive simply because we still have Zoro in hand. We still have Rush Luffy. I know that his deck usually doesn't run blockers, but I've been surprised before that Zoro's can and will decide to run blockers sometimes. But he will go 5 at my Nami here, and then 6 at life. I'll go ahead and counter out for 2k with Usopp there, and he does actually play a blocker, which is pretty surprising. And yeah, standard Zoros aren't running the blockers very much, but I mean, hey, to each their own. Kudos. I like it. Gives them options, but it's not really that big of a deal for me because it clearing that card as well as many of the others on his board is pretty easy enough. But yeah, we've got all these rush cards, but I just keep drawing into Nami, and I'm feeling great about it, honestly. But I will pick up the 2k counter with Brook. I do bottom deck the last Nami and a Nico Robin. Nico Robin's always great in this matchup, but it's a little slow right now, and keeping tempo would be pretty good. So I choose to put one Dawn underneath Usopp. And I'll go 2 at Magra here. Yep. And just in case, because he's saving 2 Dawn, I'm like, I could potentially end up getting some value if he uses guard point. And it forces my opponent to play a little differently. So he might just take life, or he might get some of those other resources out of his hand. And that is good for me in this position. So I'm going to swing for 5 with Usopp here. Because with us having, a lot of aggressive cards in hand and the Whitebeard to play down, feeling pretty good. And he does block with Chopper and then counters with a 2k counter with Otama. And I'll go ahead and put down 5-drop Luffy here, and I'll just go ahead and swing 6 at life. He does take. So I got a lot of information on that play. He used a blocker to block a 5k swing. He used a 2k counter to stop a 5k, and then couldn't stop a 6k. So, or maybe I shouldn't say couldn't, but didn't. So I feel as though his hand isn't looking all that great, but he does jet pistol the Luffy here, and then he still has, I think, 4 Dawn left. So not too bad. He's probably going to be doing some board clear. Just take care of Usopp, take care of Nami, and he will put 1 underneath Zoro here and chooses to go 6 at Usopp. And I'm totally fine with this because next turn we are playing, Whitebeard down and feeling pretty good about that. But he will go 4 at Nami here. She'll die as well. And then with 3 Dawn left, we could potentially be seeing Zoro here swing for 6, or we could potentially be seeing, maybe another Chopper blocker. He might also want to save, 1 Dawn for guard point or something. And yeah, I think he's just trying to figure out what's the best plan of attack. And yeah, I'm just explaining if you watch the previous video, Asif is on the side watching some of our game and just kind of learning some of the match. But he does choose to pass here with 3 Dawn active, which is pretty interesting. So I'll go ahead and shoot 3 at Brook, and he lets it go, and I'll go ahead and slap down Newgate. And then I'll tap 1 underneath and probably just go 8 at lead. And he could potentially guard point and then counter out of that. But I guess it depends. Oh, it looks like he might. Yeah, he will. He will go ahead and use that guard point, and then he will use Vista, bringing himself up to 9k. And then I'm going to pass turn. Yeah, but he's probably just going to use... he's got 10 Dawn now, so I would imagine it's just going to be a Whitebeard play as well. And look at that, 9 to the side. Whitebeard coming out. But I think I'm in a pretty solid spot having Whitebeard down first. Also having 5-drop Luffy will be pretty solid. But he does leave the 1 active, potentially for Radical Beam or for guard point. And yeah, I'm just explaining to Asif, he was like, oh, okay, so that's why you leave the 1 active instead of, tapping it underneath leader. And yeah, I think being at 10 Dawn now, I don't see why putting down another Newgate wouldn't be terrible, but at the same time, we don't really need to. With 3 life, we could just... I could honestly just slap a bunch of Dawn under Leader, a bunch of Dawn under Newgate, and then next turn, just win. Just play down 5-drop Luffy, and it's over, you know? So I will go 9 here, and he does choose to guard point and then Otama, so he's defending that life, you know, which he kind of has to in this position. And I do choose to go with an 8k swing at lead, and he does take. And now we've got him down to 1 life, and I'm deciding whether I want to swing with Newgate, but I think it's just pretty obvious. Yeah, just take it, because that way next turn we got 5-drop Luffy, it's over. You know, he can play a blocker, he can try and clear board, but yeah, not much you can do there. And he has played a considerable amount of 2k counters as well as some of his events. And I think it's kind of like an interesting turn of events that I ended up having the more aggressive deck this game versus my opponent, who has arguably the most aggressive deck in the game. And yeah, I don't know, it was kind of interesting that how that played out. But he does choose to go Gordon and bring down Newgate to 7, and so he'll go 12 at 7 here. I do let the Nami die, but I think I have like a decent amount of counters in hand. I was like, do I keep the Newgate alive? It looks like he has 5 Dawn left, so I just decided to let it go, because he would have swung 11 again with Leader afterwards, and I don't think I had enough counter for that, but it doesn't matter. Either way, I was, you know, I was like, I got Luffy. I don't really need to waste any cards, you know. Play this smart. But I know my opponent is really trying to figure out what he can do in this position, and I think he does... Yeah, he does 7 here, and I will go ahead and protect Zoro. And he uses 3 to play Zoro and leaving 2. And he does play Curly de Dawn. Unfortunate. I think he was looking for a blocker and forgetting how much Dawn he had active. Or maybe he was looking for Otama, potentially. But yeah, I'll just go 5 at life here. And he counters, and then I just say 15. Yeah, 15, and GG. Solid, you know, solid. We did pretty good that time, but that'll bring us up into top cut. And oh my gosh, look at this, by the way. So my life, look at this. Jet pistol, and 3 jet pistols in my last 3 life. I mean, that is absolutely insane. I've never seen that before, so we were kind of laughing at it. Like, I've never seen that before. It kind of blew both of our minds. I was like, wow. Okay, I've seen 2 before, but 3 in a row? That's ridiculous. And yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, the giveaway is right after this. So I'll just be running a spin real fast, and good luck to everybody that left a comment on yesterday's video. If you want to be entered into the giveaway this time around, all you have to do is leave a comment on this video, be subscribed, and you could potentially win 3 revision packs. Appreciate you guys as always, and I will see you in the next one, alright? Peace. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Pretty good match against Zoro, and we're going into the top cut after this, so next video is going to be best of 3 matches against a Zoro player as well for either first place or I take 3rd place. So we'll see how it goes. And I'm going to go ahead and get straight into it. Shuffling the names around a little bit. Thank you to everybody that left a comment on the last one, and good luck to you. I hope it goes well. Let's see who we get. And Jose Lagunas. Congratulations, my friend. If you want to leave a comment down below, I'll get in contact with you, and we'll figure something out, all right? Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you again, and hope you have a great day, all right?